What's up, guys? Wal Martian. January 2nd, 2016. Got some new toys here. Boom. MPC 3000. I actually haven't even recorded onto it yet. I'm just using the MIDI. But it's got four MIDI outs. If I don't play it on this keyboard down here, I forget, it doesn't record the MIDI, so I didn't catch that last little chord thing I was doing on this one. Not as good. So I keep trying. As you hit those little unplanned, it sounds so nice. Whatever. I'm not a comedian, I'm just a guy who has a lot of gear and likes to make music. Ooh, scared the bejeebus out of me. The beat, I'm going to add just a little bass. So that last clip was a little long. I noticed I left it running for like 9 minutes, so I'll just edit it out later. This board's pretty old, so you can tell some of the channels are pretty crunchy. Made by Audio Arts. It's an 8000 series. It's doing okay for how old it is. This board is almost 40 years old, and Audio Arts turned into, actually, Wheatstone. A lot of radio station consoles, but this one was one of their first kind of flagship models. I got it used from a guy. So I was just mixing here. So what I was doing there, I was just EQing. I'm pretty aggressive with the EQ. I'll cut. Oh my god. I'll do a full cut. Whoa. All the way minus. It's a 3-band EQ on each channel with sweepable frequency. So this is my DAW Acid 7. I have this blank program. I have it pre-made. The first 8 input channels here, armed to record. So those are all picking up. Don't worry about this stuff, it's so quiet. This is just basically, you know, you can see that's not really an electromagnetic field. Electrons in the air based stuff. This is where I set my BPM in Acid Pro, 179. So that's the exact same BPM that the MPC is running at. That way it doesn't mess me up down the road. So as you can see, I do it by date. So somehow I didn't get the drums. I don't know. Hence why you would probably label your tracks, but me don't like labeling my tracks. So I gotta track these in now. Sounds like ass, I know, but at least it's being recorded. Hence why you would MIDI sync things, right? You want to hit play over there, machine control starts the PC recording. I've never done it, I've never messed with it, I just tap it out. I don't care. These drums aren't the best, but I just use it to line up stuff and layer stuff up with it after I got the black kits. I got drum machines. So that's fun. Fun little beat. No clue how long that took me. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what you guys want me to talk about on these things, so I've kind of been doing a little bit of technical, a little bit of stuff. I know people out there like the gear. Yes, the gear. A lot of my gear, my fucking fat shit. Christmas. I'll try to go to the gym this year. Yeah, right. So yeah, a lot of my gear I get at pawn shops. I bought a sick vintage guitar amp for 40 bucks at Value Village. Pawn shops are great. If you know what you're doing and what you're looking for, what to avoid, you can build a little arsenal. You know, a lot of people know this one. Alesis, it's probably backwards for you guys, but Alesis 3630. Even if you look on it right there, cash converters, 89 bucks Canadian. A lot of people know that one. That's like the Daft Punk Alan Brax kind of. If you check out the Alan Brax video, look up his name, the Daft Punk Stardust. You know, the 3K. This sort of sparked my sampling side of my brain, or was when you're playing keyboards, it's more hand-eye kind of muscle kinesthetic thing for me. Do a lot of jamming. I don't know a lot of songs. I don't know how to read music very well at all. I never practiced that. But with a sequencer, that's all you need. If I'm looping 16 bars, I can get that bass line down. Maybe I couldn't play Inagata Davida perfectly or what have you on the organ, but you know, I'm more of a beat maker, gear collector. I started this in 06. Back then, I mostly sampled records. I had a few little keyboards. I had a piano that I could chuck a microphone in. Like, take just a standard mic like this. This is just a show. I would chuck this in the lid of the piano and close the lid and play little licks on the piano. It sounded like ass, but that weird echoey living room piano sound became part of my sound, and I would actually sample sounds that had that same weird ring, which were like kids' records or whatever. I don't know. So yeah, we made this beat here. So from here, what I would do is go in. I don't do a lot of EQing after the fact, because I already EQ every sound on the boards. So I'll do a bus, and I'll put a couple compressors one after another in a chain. That's kind of my drum bus, and you know, I got a bass bus. Sometimes I'll do a bit crusher. Not usually more than 4 buses. You don't need that many buses. That's the whole point of a bus. Like, you could do a reverb bus, you know, and start throwing some of these airy sounds to the reverb. This is all stuff I just do, you know. I'm not saying I'm a mix engineer by any means, and I'm just a guy I have who has a lot of gear and likes to make music, a computer, just like you guys. So you just pick it up as you go. You can't do this kind of thing and not pick up some stuff, you know. And I listen back to my old shit and I'm thinking, damn, that sounds like ass. Like, I was stretching these unbalanced cables across the room through mixers with crossing power cords, and then to a cheap interface. It's all hummy and buzzy. That's the lo-fi, right? I didn't really understand what I was doing. It wasn't always intentional, the lo-fi effect, you know. And yes, a console has a noise floor, and I'm okay with that. You either want to do analog or you want to do digital. You want this crispy, clean sound, or you want, you know, analog. That's why I'm trying to get more tape in my setups and get more tubes in my setups. So whereas this stage I'm tracking to directly onto the hard drive, I'd like to eventually get to a stage where I can compress it right to tape, and that's it. That's like a commitment. Gear to tape, then record in the tape, basically to the computer, and fire that off to someone with mastering rigs. There's the guy right there. I don't have a mastering. Good boy.